There's one guy I'm supposed to talk to, Var, and he's right here. And I guess it's this guy who talks in the light. Read message. Find yourself maidenless, off to Liurnia with you then. Seek the Rose Church west of the gate town. Okay, this is important because I took this very literally, and that's what the rest of this video is. I went to the Rose Church west of the gate town in Liurnia, and I'm only listening to this guy's instructions because one person commented and said, the guy who tells you that you're maidenless has a quest line that takes you to a really good farming spot. So listen to him and do his quest. So seek the Rose Church west of the gate town. Just to be certain, I checked the other graces from the beginning area. Stranded Graveyard. I think this is where you start when the game begins. And there's a big elevator here, and that's from when I went up it at the beginning of the game. So I go to Cave of Knowledge to see if there's a Var guy there, just to be thorough. And I don't know if you knew this, but if you go back to the beginning area, you get all the tutorial messages again. Sorceries and incantations. Guarding. Dodging. So I'm looking at Liurnia and seeing, where's there a church? Where's there a gate? There's Church of Vows, but that's east of this big city. And I've already been to Church of Vows. There's nothing there. This looks like a big gated city, and I haven't been to the west of it. So I picked the closest grace I have, which is Temple Quarter. And this is the furthest I've been west of the map. So I look at the map, and I'm trying to find a gate town. You kind of look up at this castle in the sky. It looks like it's a pretty gated place, so maybe that's the gate town. And there's these big floating ball things just hanging around here. It looks like a really bizarre reason for these things to be here. They restore your FP if you kill them. And looking around, I see there's a dragon just hanging out in this lake. I've been told about a dragon in a lake, and that's what I need to do to progress the story. And that is why I went to the Limgrave Lake Dragon, and I thought that's the one I needed to kill, but nothing happened when I did that, so now I figure this must be the right one. And he's not hostile, he's just sleeping. But yeah, he does wake up. Glintstone Dragon Smaragd. He looks really dangerous. I am not mentally prepared for a battle with this dragon. I just needed to see what's in this area. So as I'm running from this dragon, there's a church up in the cliff there. And that church is west of that big gated city. So I figured that must be the church. So I go towards where the beginning of that cliff starts, make sure the dragon is not following me. And in this part of this lake here, there's these giant lobster things. And they have this one move where they shoot you with some kind of stone. Yeah, some kind of stone dart. I don't know what it is, but I've been shot by a lobster and it killed me in one hit. There's jellyfish in the forest and they look kind of friendly. Something off in the distance, pretty spooky. Giant ghosty thing, and it looks like a troll, headless with a huge sword. Now, the first thing that goes through my mind when I see this is that if he's like a spectral bad guy, does that mean he won't drop any loot? Because I'm not gonna go through the effort of fighting this guy if he can't have a chance at dropping that sword. Like a 0 loot monster is not worth the effort. You know, I figured this is probably a good time to use those glintstones. This guy looks like he's pretty tough. I wouldn't mind cheesing this battle. Hits him for 116, which is like barely a sliver on his health. So I want to see maybe if my weapon will do a little more damage on him. He disappears when I go to hit him. he spawns some magic attack, and 3 swords shoot at me. And he also does a melee attack. So he got the first hit on me there, and now he's like teleporting again. I nope out of there. I'm trying to find this Rose Church. I'm not looking to die. So I start running up this hill a little more. I think I'm in the clear. And then he teleports back up here. Now, I don't know this still yet, but I think that's a second one. I can't confirm at this time. So 4 belfries. This is a lot of churches. And I started thinking, man, I don't think this is the place. Because why would it be 4 churches with nothing here? And there's one of these portal gates. Use imbued sword key? Yes, but I don't have one. A note on the ground. Precipice of anticipation. Not sure what it means. There's that guy. He's just chilling with his swords out. His magic swords. Waiting for me. He's not advancing, so I think I could just see what this other one says. Night Sky Unceasing. Also wants an imbued sword key. There is a 4th tower. And I go to see what this one says, but it's actually a chest. And it's an imbued sword key, which is literally what those other towers were just asking for. So immediately you gotta put that sword key and open up that warp gate. If this is this church, then fine, whatever. I'm just trying to understand what I'm supposed to do. Imbued sword key was lost with use. Travel to another location? Okay. As soon as you come here, you know there's a chance that you're not going back to where you came from. You might not be able to warp out of here. And you look at this spot, there's a big bridge and a giant glowing yellow mist in that doorway. So my instinct is there a bonfire here? Is there a grace here? And I fall off this cliff and die. And so much starts going through my mind. The name of the place is called Precipice of Anticipation. And I think the distance to that yellow mist is just crossing a bridge. And I think, how many booby traps are there to get to that boss mist? Do you have to die over and over and over and over until you get it? Because that actually doesn't sound too bad, except that you respawn right here. And you see those towers off in the distance. Yeah, you have to walk all the way back there if you want to try that again. Just ahead of me is that dragon fight. Now, I've also gotten tips about how I should be fighting this open world dragon or any dragon like this. It's that I should be doing it on my horse. So this is my first attempt at fighting a dragon on my horse. I'm going to target his legs if I can. It worked. You can actually switch. I'm getting hits on him, and I'm not even trying very hard here. It's just kind of working, but he hasn't really started fighting me either. Like, he hasn't started flying or shooting whatever attack he has at me. My first test is, can I close the distance on him with the horse, and it passes the test. He is breathing fire and missing tremendously. Tail swipe on me, not that painful. And I can just go far to his side and keep hitting him. And I think this is going to be pretty easy. It will probably take a lot of time. But he flies up. Another tip I got was that he's going to blow fire in the direction that he's flying. So that helped me avoid that attack. So this is a unique attack that he has. He charges up like a big magic bolt and shoots it. Okay, jumping his tail swipe with the horse feels really good. Got hit by another one of his fire attacks. Almost killed me with one hit. Hitting his wing. So this point, I'm pretty tempted to get off the horse, and he kind of makes it easy for me. He's like, oh, go hide behind these rocks. I'm about to hit you. Sets up to do more fire. So I know that I'm far enough from him that he's going to keep doing ranged attacks. So I go to close the distance on him, hit him on foot, and he is destroying me right now. I get very lucky with rocks again, and I'm far away from him again. You have to get on the horse, or he's just going to eat you alive with that fire. The only thing that is inconvenient about the horse is that you do so little damage, and you're just waiting for openings. With melee, you can get those big combos. Big magic bolt attack. Hits me with it. Somehow didn't hurt. Dodged the other one. And he does the big flamethrower, which is a great time to attack him, because he just sits there breathing fire. And if you can get around him, he can't hit you with it. Yeah, see, he's just gonna stop there, and then you could run in. 45-degree angle, that was a tip from a comment. I have a respect for this boss. It's good to have goals. Next time on Eldenning. If this is the best weapon in the game, let's see. And I press the skill button, and it turns the jellyfish shield red. My strategy is developing with each time I come through here. Get him in the back, off the cliff, almost.